everyone, I'm Boluwatife Majoyeogbe, and for this section, we'll be speaking on decent work and economic growth, which is SDG 8. Before I move further in this discourse, I would like to appreciate the organizers of this initiative, In Stride Pathway Youth Foundation. This annual 30 Days Career Boost Initiative for Africa. This is a timely initiative. So let's get to it. Before we continue, please you should know a little bit about me. I'm Boluwatife Majoyeogbe, a graduate of law from the Boluwatife Majoyeogbe University. I'm the founder of TechUp. And I know you might be wondering, what does a lawyer have to do with tech? So here is the fact that this idea of TechUp was birthed when I became a Millennium Fellow in 2021. So I worked on SDG 8 and SDG 4. So we trained young ones in secondary school and relevant skill for now and the future. So since then I've been an SDG advocate, even though I've been in the social impact space for a while. This is my early days as an undergrad. So the essence of this is to actually, play our part in reducing the unemployment rate in Africa. We believe that startup is actually a very good solution to reducing unemployment, and we just not just delve into startup without building the right skill in young Nigerians and Africa. So this is not limited to Nigeria, this is not limited to Africa, but I mean that's how I'm Mile. So that's the reason why you might be hearing that a little bit. So overview of the presentation. We have the introduction that's introducing the SDG 8, little bit of background and the features of SDG 8, that's promoting sustained economic growth, achieving higher level of productivity, adapting to the fourth industrial revolution, and promoting development-oriented policies. Then we conclude. So let's go to the introduction. The introduction. SDG simply means Sustainable Development Goal. So in the year 2015-2016, the then Secretary General of United Nations, that's Ban Ki-moon, and the Deputy Secretary General Amina J. Mohammed was brought up about 17 goals to sustain development among member states of the United Nations. So these goals are 17 and they are called Sustainable Development Goal. Having been that we have grown out of the Millennium Goal, like the year for the Millennium Goal has elapsed, and countries like China really dig deep into utilizing those Millennium Goals. To my mind, that's exactly what China implemented, and that brought them from a second world to a first world. So moving further, I would say that SDG 8 is the 8 goal of Sustainable Development Goals, which is decent work and economic growth. So basically, it aims to sustain development, to promote sustained, inclusive, and sustainable economic growth, full and productive employment, and decent work for all. So these goals, especially SDG 8, is channel. It has the aim majorly of preparing countries of the world for the fourth industrial revolution. We know there are technological advancement around the world, so this goes sees to that, and I will tell you, is a timely one considering the things that have been happening way back 2016 and now in 2024. The goal emphasizes the importance of creating job opportunities that are not only productive but also provide a fair income, social protection, and safe working condition, and also environment. So let's go to the first aim of SDG 8. The first aim of SDG 8 is to promote sustained economic growth. So I'll be giving scenarios to explain what promoting sustained economic growth means. But before then, global GDP growth is expected to be 4.2% in 2024. But challenges like inequality and climate change could hinder progress. This is from Bloomberg. So, what does it mean to promote? What's the aim of promoting sustained economic growth? Let's say, for instance, imagine you have a big jar of cookies and you want to make them last for a long time. So, if you eat just one cookies every day instead of eating every one of them, like in a day, the cookies will last longer, right? And you can enjoy them every day. So, sustained economic is like that. It means taking care of things in a way that keeps them going for a long time. Instead of using all our resources or spending too much money to quickly, I mean, enjoy gratification. We delay gratification. We use them carefully so that we can keep having what we need and want, and I mean, and we can keep having what we need for a long time. It is like making sure your cookies last and you have some every day. Like instead of, oh, put this here, put this here, and within the first 10 days you've finished everything. Your plan was these cookies will sustain me for the next 60 days. That is just an overview of promoting sustained economic growth. And then I will just put this to us in that looking straight in our countries in Africa majorly, I would say if we religiously follow these 17 goals in Africa, we are good to go. In the next 5-10 years, Africa is ready. A developed continent if we follow through. Spoke about justice. Just take your time and read through the goals. And yeah, let's move to the next one: higher economic productivity. So, the productivity of labor in the global economy grew by 2.2 in 2023. But disparity between developed and developing countries remains significant. This is a source from World Bank. So, what does high economic productivity means? So, like I said, I'll be using scenarios. So, again, you're imagining. So, let's imagine. Or should we not imagine? Okay, a better word can I use? Okay, think about you having a toy factory where you can make toy cars. Yes. If you and your friends are really good at making toy cars quickly and with fewer mistakes, you can make a lot of toy cars in a short time. This means your factory is very productive. So there's a rule in economics while I was in high school that says the higher the supply, the higher the prices. I'm sure I'm right with this. Yes. So higher economic productivity is just like that. It means being able to make more things or do more work in the same amount of time. So if your toy factory gets even better or making toy cars faster with less effort, that's like having higher productivity. It's like being super efficient and getting a lot done within the same amount of time and resources. You agree with me that AI can play a part in this. So aside from that, you need to have trained people that are well skilled set of people, and that is what we'll be going to in the third part of the aim of a sustainable development goal 8, which is adapting the fourth industrial revolution. If you're working with me very well, you see that this is a little bit chronological. They are not in isolation. You cannot want to build a productive economy or a sustained economy without having the right manpower. And I tell you something for free: Africa is a youthful continent, which is a blessing already to actually outdo the world. On the global economic scale, we have about 70% of our population to be young persons between the age of 0 and 30, if I'm right. And we must be careful of our dilemma. If we do not put the right skill, build the right value in this set of people, they would look for something to make head mean, and so likely crime will increase and the like. So what you're seeing around many countries, I don't want to mention Africa. So let's move to adapting to the fourth industrial revolution. The fourth industrial revolution is transforming industry with technology such as AI, Internet of Things as IoT, and robotics. It is expected to create 133 million new roles by 2025, while displacing 75 million jobs, source World Economic Forum. This is why we go out to tell young ones, to tell people, learn a skill, learn a digital skill. It will pay off later because the world is evolving. The world does not use like 4 years to evolve again. It spends like 6 months, in fact, sometimes 4 months, 3 months to evolve. I can talk about what we're seeing in way back 2019, 2018. It's all on startup, build idea, e-commerce, and I mean Nigeria. That's where you have, I mean, ideas like what do you call uh, these people that buy things, I mean, from them online, and a lot of Conga. I mean, quite a number of them. 2018, 2017, those were the things trending. And fast forward to like 2019, 2020, fintech came to blow up the Nigeria space. I mean, I have quite a number of friends that, I mean, founded their own startup, got money from, I mean, US and the likes, and I mean, they were doing good until some things came up. So for us to build all these things, we need the right manpower, the right dictator skill, the right knowledge, the right value among our young persons. I think there was a time I wrote on my LinkedIn page that the world is moving at a very faster pace. Before you look at it, it was the dot-com bubble. Then we moved to the social network age. Then from there, we stayed in the social network age. Then came in cryptocurrency, Bitcoin and the likes. And cryptocurrency never even stayed like too long on the radar. And that was in Nigeria in 2020. I know Bitcoin was, I think, mined in 2009 by Satoshi Nakamoto, if I'm right. So all these things till Web3 came. Then we started hearing about AI, artificial intelligence, IoT, um, um, metaverse, talk about them. And now you see what AI is doing. Recently, I was reading Elon Musk's page and he made mention of um, artificial intelligence limitation bill in California. I went to read up on like, wow. So the world is not even waiting again. They've seen how far danger, how risky AI can be. On the surface, it's still, I mean, using AI to mimic somebody's voice and making them say what they actually did not say and to be trending online and everywhere. And the person will be wondering, wow, when did I make this statement? Political propaganda and the like. So, and this is just the beginning. And I was joking with my friend, this is not scary, that terrorism in the next few years will not be about people carrying gun and the likes. Again, could just be sending a robot down like what you see in the movie to a particular domain and you control it from your room. So you see how fast the world is going. Don't be scared. That's just an enlightenment. So let's move on to the fourth one. Now this is where you see our job as a lawyer. Development oriented policy, which I would say there's nothing you want to do in this life that you don't have rules and regulation. Like I made mention of California bill to mitigate the risks of artificial intelligence, robots, and the like. So we need rule. Let me just usually this time I will use imagine. But before then, countries implementing development-oriented policies saw a 30% increase in job creation compared to those without. This is from United Nations Development Program. I listened to Vusi Tembekwayo and he made mention of a statement. Vusi Tembekwayo is a South African entrepreneur and I mean, he's doing well. He's doing well. I listened to a lot of his podcasts and I've learned a lot. So that's just on the flip side. He made mention of something some times ago and he said, imagine Mark Zuckerberg in the continent of Africa, like some of us are, and with that fantastic idea of Facebook. Who do you think would give him $500k ground dollars? I mean, $500,000 to, I mean, who do you think? Just imagine. So policies will actually create a better environment for development. How do we can know we have a startup act 2022 that give startup tax holiday. But one major issue we have in Africa is the fact that we do not know how to implement the right. We don't know how to implement sweet policies that we have. We have some fantastic policies, but they're not followed judicially. Is an internal problem, especially here in Nigeria. I mean, take a look at the Startup Act. Even though I have some bit of criticism, and one of the criticism is um, building an ecosystem in each state that can actually withstand. Like I was saying, you don't just start putting money on startup when you don't have the technical know. Though the world is a global village, but also, no matter how remote job may be thriving, sometimes we still need to see. We still need an office space to work sometimes. And if imagine we having startups here in Nigeria and in a low income country, think about it. And we do not have enough citizens that knows the technical know how to run those startups. And what are these basic skills, like I used to say? Learn computer programming, learn video editing, learn animation, learn artificial intelligence, learn robotics. I mean, learn, I beg your pardon, learn data analysis. Excuse me, sorry for that. Learn data analysis and being just this few I've mentioned cut across so many cybersecurity. How would I forget such a great skill? So these are just largely my opinion. I feel it will help the continent of Africa in building a startup. So in conclusion, before I conclude, I want to say this. SDG8 is not in isolation. One of the best way I feel skill can be built is infusing them into the educational system. There's a reason why Lionel Messi is a very great player. Haaland and the likes. Have you thought about their upbringing? Messi's father was a coach in Argentina, and at a very young age he discovered the skill. So little wonder he has been in Barcelona since he was very young, sponsored by UNICEF, and you see what great he has made to the world. Talk about Haaland, talk about Mark Zuckerberg, whose father at a very early stage put him through someone that teach him how to code. In those days, they saw the future. And all these things came in form of education. So one of the best way that quality education can be built is infusing some of the goals of SDG8, decent work and economic growth, into the educational system through a vocational, subject that we used to have in primary school, secondary school those days. But now have computer programming, robotics, and the likes. It is going to expose young ones. We don't have to start it. Let's look through the future. AI is going to take over. My friend said recently, I'm a software developer and I must tell myself the truth. AI is likely going to come and take my job. I'm a lawyer. I don't want to tell myself the truth. There'll be one robot lawyer that asks me to sit down tomorrow, and then that's the fear generally from everyone. I remember in 2018 here, my friend and I went for a pitch deck in Boluwatife Majoyeogbe University, and the idea we had was to make government agencies run faster by digitalizing most of the operation. And somebody on the panel just said, I work in so and so place. So do you mean my job with this place? And my friend responded, either you like it or not. Jobs are evolving. There was a time that typists, shaitan people were actually making big wave. But I don't think anyone hear about them now again. So the world is evolving. So you have to evolve. You have to evolve. Dear accountants, you have to evolve. Dear medical doctors, dear lawyer, you have to evolve. Please be tech inclined. Be tech inclined. It's very, very important. Those of you that want to study medicine, those of you that want to study law, any course you want to study in university, please be tech inclined. And there are new courses in university now in Nigeria, like cybersecurity. And why don't you look into those things? Information technology. Yeah, the world is evolving. Though we are not at a very fast pace, but we also we're trying to catch up with the world. So, in conclusion, the achievement of Sustainable Development Goal 8 is fundamental to building of a resilient and inclusive future. You will agree with me that You agree with me that um, by fostering decent work, economic growth, we can create society where everyone has the opportunity to thrive. This is very, very important. The 30 Days Career Boost initiative serves as an essential platform to empower Nigerian undergraduates and graduates, aligning their aspiration with the global agenda of sustainable development. As we navigate through challenges and opportunities presented by the fourth industrial revolution, our focus must remain on creating equitable access to skill education and ensuring that economic growth benefits all. I'm Boluwatife Majoyeogbe. On this note, I want to say thank you for your attention, and I look forward to our collective journey towards a more sustainable and prosperous future. Yeah, have a great day. Thank you.